Alrighty. Hello, hello. Hold on. Perfect, perfect. Alright. Let's see. I also have this set up. Cool. I'm going to be experimenting with that. We're going to have that just kind of simmering in the background here. Alright. Hello, everybody. I still need to set up the whole thing here. Might as well start the loading process here. Let me just make sure I have this flight plan correct. So yeah, so today you're going to be doing an experiment. I'm going to be trying to live stream one of my flight simulator flights, which I've never done before. So if I don't think this says anything, does it? No. So as you can see here, this is our flight plan. We're taking off from Seoul here. We're going to kind of be crossing over South Korea, going down here, fly over Osaka, then arrive in Tokyo. We're going to be carrying approximately 268 passengers, pretty low amount of fuel and cargo, surprisingly. But yeah, I'm just going to have that over there. Type in the right airport code, KSS. Yep, alright. So right there, wonder, what is real time? There we go, we'll do real time, real weather. Alright. Getting this going. I hope that's not lagging. Is that lagging? And I'm just looking on the preview over here. It looks like it's kind of lagging a bit. No? Alright. So we're gonna end up playing with this one. Yep. Hello there, Wolf. Hello there, Tenniside. The sewing process is going to take a hot second. So, in the meantime, I'm going to set up a new fan. Because I forgot to do that before. So. Slid out of its bag. I got the fan now. See here. This fan is the wider the normal fan. I gotta use my giant air conditioning unit. There we go. Voila. Totally original, not the one with the Alright, just block right there. So this power cord actually came with a power block. That's interesting. I just realized I have to switch the tracks manually. I will do that in a second. It's a player thing, it's kind of finicky. Let's see here. I wonder if I can just have it play in like a playlist. We'll do that in a second here. Actually, I don't even need that power block. Anyways, we should be done with the loading soon. Join this kind. I did join last stream. Oh, nice. Yeah.
Parking brake set.
Yeah. Alright. Welcome. Board. Now, box be quiet. So to kind of explain this aircraft, I'm just going to sort of... Oh, I forgot to plug in my joystick. Good. Is it also connected to that? It is plugged in. What is my... Hold on. Okay. See if that fixed it. There we go. Oop. Sorry about that. Alright. Now let me switch that manually. I'll figure out a way to do that. Yeah. See if I can get them organized here. I'm trying to get this music in here, so it's not just deadpan silence. Sorry, this for some reason doesn't have like a way to mask down the tracks, so I'm having to manually. Alright, anyways, as I was saying, now that the joystick is connected, ooh, what happened to the... That was weird. Yeah, so I'm going to set up some ground stuff real quickly. I think just do that, open cargo. Set chocks, connect the GPU. Alright. So now if I use this handy dandy control widget, there we go, tell that stuff to drive on up here. Alright. It's on a school day. Yeah. Yeah, I still don't know when to exactly live stream. Because when it comes to Friday night, I've noticed that I seem to get more people than Saturday night. Which is kind of strange because you think Saturday night would be better than Friday night, but that's how it is. Anyways, it's kind of loud, so let's back up away here. Yep, so as I said, this is the 747-200. It's a little bit of an older 747 than the ones we have today, and was mainly used around the 80s. So, the best way to tell that this is an old 747 instead of a newer one is these engines right here. Very unique engines. EST, oh really? Yeah, I believe, I think Eastern. Yeah, it's 908. Yeah. No, maybe I should do these a bit earlier because I originally chose 7 because I used to be a time. Oh, I think it's flickering every time I switch tabs. That's not good. Okay, it's definitely flickering every time I switch tabs. Oh, that's not good. That's the whole display capture, too. Maybe that'll fix it. Okay, that fixed it. I think. I don't know. Yeah, lots of groups on Roblox. Oh, that's nice. I remember... Whoa. Oh, that broke something. Okay, we'll change that back to automatic. I'm trying to stop this thing from flickering so much. Yeah, because it does that, and then it... It's Mountain Standard Time. Yeah, it is 7 PM Mountain Standard Time right now. That's the time zone I'm in. Yeah, anyways. I'm going to start inputting some of the data here. So, let's see if I can quickly fast load. Just fast load us with like barely any fuel. Yeah. There we go. Okay. There we go, yep. So we're taking approximately 35, or about 36,000 kilograms of fuel. I'm going to take 38,000 kilograms of fuel just to be sure. I think I'm doing it right. See payload here. Okay, yeah. It's the time zone I'm primarily in. Okay, we have to scroll all the way up to 268 passengers. Very big plane. Go. Yeah, 65 cargo. Board. Load. Alright. Now that people are starting to board the aircraft, did I ever... I did not. There we go. Just trying to make sure I have all the right doors open. There we go. Yeah, these trucks right here, these are the catering trucks. So these actually supply the aircraft with food. Alright. get this started up, shall we? Alright, coming on. Power to normal. And we're going to connect ground power. Pretty much just like a big generator that you connect to the plane. Alright. Several volts is there. 50 kilograms of fuel. Yeah, I wish they were that efficient, but I mean, it's been like 50,000. I'm not sure. Our flight plan says 35,000, so I'm already kind of over that. I'm already coming to Roblox. Not twisted. I've been trying to film Roblox videos. I've been trying to. Actually, those are fueling up right now. When it comes to that, though, I just kind of haven't found like a good I tried making a few videos on games. Like I did one where I recorded this whole video for another Roblox storm chasing game called Project Oklahoma, but that didn't really work out too well. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to see if I can put these. Oh, I have a specialized folder, so I think if I pick all this stuff here, move it in there. Yeah, move it in there. Oh, I gotta do this wrong. Okay, I think we're doing it. Let's continue. Okay, now if I boot this up, this should let me have playlists. Oh, create a new playlist. Free music. You couldn't create the playlist tree music. Seriously? How in the world am I gonna do this? Why did it not? Loady loo. Hold on here. I got it. Oh, it doesn't have any audio? Okay. I need to mess with this. Time broker. Windows is blocking itself from making files. What in the world? Windows doesn't even trust itself. It's funny. There we go. Tree music. Assuming... Oh, made it its own file. Add to... What? I don't understand how this YouTube music stuff works. This is kind of confusing. I just want to add music to it. That's all I want to do. Oh, okay, so it won't let me... Interesting. Very interesting. So it won't let me... Oh, now I can't move the music. Music is like locked in. What? There's no media items. Yeah, because you're not letting me put them in. That's why there'd be no medium items, Buster. Oh, this is so strange. I've never worked with this. Okay, so what if I open all of these with the... No, that won't work. Oh, there's the music. But how do I add that to a playlist? This is horrible. Unsupported file type. What? Huh? Okay, this is weird. So the playlist is another music file, which makes 0 sense. Okay, so if I do it like that... Well, that... No, it doesn't play it all. It's... Holy moly. So... Open... What does that do? Okay, that starts a folder. Okay, I figured it out. Goodness me. Okay, sorry about that. That was ridiculous. The screed. Yeah, I know. I had to fight with this music thing for the past, it's gonna do the weird flickering. Okay, well, now that I've fought with Windows, our plane is probably ready to, Oh no, they're still boarding people. People take the longest. Not fuel. Okay, fuel's good. Fuel's good. Alright. Yep, so when it comes to this aircraft, because it's an older system, this little thing right here is how we're going to get to Tokyo. So this is what's called an internal navigation system, and it's a very primitive kind of flight computer. So thankfully, now usually you'd have to punch in each individual waypoint, but we actually have this here on our tablet that comes with the plane, which is super nice to have. KSS to RJTT. By the way, all these weird things like RQSS, those are all our port codes. And then the longer ones like Egoba, Carbu, Taurus, Bixi, Kai, Pilot, those are all waypoints, which are pretty much like little dots in the sky that you fly to. So we're going to tell it to write the whole flight plan. Now that should have... Yep, so we have each individual waypoint in here now. Now the problem with this computer is it only goes up to 9. So what we're going to have to do after this is we're going to have to start punching in new waypoints over the old waypoints. It's very hard to explain, but we will get there. I'm going to tell those to align. Door open. I'm going to turn on the signs there. Right, so the fueling should be complete. Yep. So we're going to turn on the fuel pumps. Set the fuel heats to auto. That stops the fuel from freezing up. And then we're going to also set our cabin altitude, which is very crucial for making sure that the cabin is breathable. We're going to be cruising at about 39,000 feet. So that's what we set it to. So we're going to be flying at 39,000 feet, but this is going to set the cabin pressure to 6,200 feet. So you'll pretty much be breathing how you would breathe if you were 6,000 feet in the air, which is actually pretty comfortably. So I'm going to turn on the galley power. That's so passenger services things like the coffee makers and stuff actually have power. Alright. So now what we're going to turn on is we're going to turn on what's called an APU. So pretty much, with most planes or airliners, they usually have an extra engine in the back. And this engine is not used for power, or at least used to, you know, produce thrust or anything. It's solely used to start the bigger engines over here. So it's very crucial to have this when you want to start a plane up. We're going to hold the start thing until we see the little dials over there start moving. There we go. That's firing up. Spirit Airlines. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Spirit Airlines planes also have them too. Alright, so now that we have this APU turned on, we can also start generating our own power from it, meaning that we do not need the ground cart anymore. So we're now running on our own power, instead of relying on external power. So we're going to do that. I'm going to tell all the ground handling to drive away now. They did a good job. They're seeing some of the food trucks driving away. The cargo and everything. Alright. Alright. Let's see here. Alright, I guess what we'll do next is we'll start doing what's called a bleed air. And essentially what that means when you bleed air, that's just the air conditioning. Well, it's not the air conditioning, but that keeps stuff cold. So the bleed air, in order to start a jet engine, you need to get it spinning first. And the way you do that is using that little APU. Ooh. Using that little APU, you pretty much pump air into the engine to get it to spin, and then you add fuel with it, which sparks it, and then that's what actually gets it to run up. So we're going to turn on all the bleed airs here, and then we're going to turn on our air pumps. There we go. That is for our hydraulics. So the hydraulics are what drives our flight controls here. Very crucial, very important. Not much public service on Twisted too much now. Yeah, me either. Like, sometimes I do still boot it up sometimes. And usually when I get in a server, nobody's really talking. At least when I'm on. And then, like, you play for 15 minutes and then it's just memory full. Or you have to play on a lackluster server. Because even though Twisted has a server browser that says the chances now, I kind of wish it didn't say the chances. Because all the, you know, high ones, all the great ones, boom, just full, just, I don't know how to snap, but just, you know, instantly. They're filled with people. So usually, when I want to do public servers, that's just the Pro P, I'll explain that later. You know, does nothing. It's just boring, or it's, you know, not powerful enough, and all that. Anyways, what I just turned on there was the Pro Peters. So pretty much, the way you figure out your airspeed is you have, yeah, you have these. These are little tubes. They're kind of like straws, and when air goes into them, it spins this little thing, I think. And that's how we get our airspeed. That's how we know how fast we're going. Anyways, we're still waiting for the INS to align. So we're just kind of waiting right now. Let's see. Tight skid. Yeah. While we're waiting, we can kind of take a look at the interior here. So this was pretty much one of the first 747s. Now there's one version that came before it, but this is the second oldest version of 747. So we actually have a pretty small upper deck here, instead of what you would usually have on a, you know, more modern plane. Where does this go? Oh. Oh my lord. Again, Windows is fighting with itself. Oh. Okay then, well, Windows is just having an argument with itself. I'm not sure what's back here. I guess it's a bathroom? Sure. Oh no, this is the bathroom. I don't know what that is then. We do have two doors up here, but they're only for emergency purposes. So you would only use these if you had to jump out of it, which doesn't look fun, I'll be honest. I would not want to jump out of the top floor of this. And then, because this is an older thing of the stairs. My day's been pretty good. I was kind of been hanging out with friends, playing different stuff. We've been playing, with Tenniside, I don't know if he's still here, but with Tenniside. We've been playing Helldivers today, which is that one game that I streamed last time. So we've been having fun with that. And, yeah, it's just kind of been a slow day. Fridays are just kind of calm days for me, thankfully. But, yeah, so here's just the kind of front part. Still here. Oh no, he's still here. Yeah. Same in mine too, that's nice. Yeah. Yeah, this flight should be pretty calm, if I remember how to do stuff at least. Yeah, a little bar here. Career begins here. Yeah, because these, you know, had the pilot up here, you actually have these really unique seats where they just kind of end, which you don't usually see. Yeah. So we have the first class here. There's actually a lot of first class. There's only 2 classes on this aircraft. And then you have the economy class here, which is where the majority of the people are boarded. In there. Leap ducks. Hopefully not. I'm not sure what kind of birds they have in South Korea, but hopefully there's nothing that can take us out of the sky like that. Yeah. Anyways. Let's see, INS done. I can never tell if this is done aligning or not, so we're just gonna... Because usually you'd have this little light that says ready nav, but I've sat here for countless times before, and I've never seen that light actually turn on. So I'm kind of debating if that is even a step where we can just straight up set to a line. Or not a line, but nav mode. Close that. Yeah. Some of the elements in the cockpit here. You kind of have this coat rack with these emergency oxygen tanks. Here's a whole escape plan with a deck here. That's the registrations for the aircraft. It's our airworthiness certification. There's spare bulbs that I can... Oh no, we're probably opening the door, aren't we? Yeah. Okay, I was like, why can I open that? Spare bulbs. And then you have the oxygen masks here. So, in case of an emergency, you can turn these on and then switch your microphone from just like a normal microphone to the oxygen mask, which is very crucial if you run out of oxygen up here and you need to put these on. Fridays for me at school, I have a thing called Fun Friday. My classroom. Oh, really? Oh, that's nice. Yeah, mine wasn't that. Nice. One benefit of my school, though, is that we got to leave early every Monday? I think it was Monday. They eventually changed it from Monday to Wednesday, I think. I don't remember which one it was when I left, but that was pretty fun. That you had a early day there. Oh. I just discovered this. Oh, that's sad. Yeah. I didn't realize. Yeah, that's the voice you'll be hearing later. I didn't realize that guy. Huh. That happens. That happens. Okay, I'm just gonna... I've never understood how to use this INS thing, so we're just going to do a quick align. There we go. We're all set in nav mode now. We're ready to go in that department. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our pushback ready. Month on Wednesday, we have a half day. Oh, I see. Nice. Yeah. That's kind of how my school was.
Cockpit to ground. Remove the chocks.
Chocks. What's that? So, yep, so everybody's on board. 13 crew, 168 passengers. So we have approximately 280-ish people on board. There we go. I'm gonna be calculating our what's it called? The takeoff performance here. So there we go. What that does is that sets up our... There are things on speed here. So our first one is V1. That is the part of the takeoff where we cannot abort it anymore, and we have to commit to it. The second bug is V rotate. That's when we lift the aircraft up. And the second one is V2, when you reach the end of the runway, I think. And then these last three are references for me to put the flaps up, which, if you've ever seen an aircraft land, is the parts of the wing that extend out. Kind of lets us fly slower. I forget what it was after. Interesting. Yeah, ours was Wednesday briefly, but then they switched it to Monday after a year or so. So that's interesting. Anyways, we are ready to start the engines. So we're going to turn on our start valve, and we'll actually be starting up our third engine, and then our second one, and then our fourth one, and then our first one. It's kind of a weird startup process. So now what we're going to do is we're waiting for the engine to spool up. As I said, it has to spool up first. Let's look. Yeah, I wonder if that's like a common thing with schools. If all three of us have had our schools do something like that. Alright. That means that we start giving it fuel. Yep, lights up means that the fuel is mixing with the engine. Very good sign. That's weird. Not sure why our main tot's a little cold. Anyways, gonna turn that on. Our different lights. That's the coolest idea I've ever saw. Yeah. I wish I liked school. I was never really. Okay, no, I just have to hold. That's right. There you go. Okay, the pushback tug. That's our wheel. Held pretty well. And release the park and brake here. There you go. Then once we hear the crew say 20% N2, going to move. Whoa! 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 Whoa, okay. What is wrong with this? Okay. Oh, that's weird. I don't know why that guy was so finicky, but... we have the engine coming up. Alright. Sorry, engine 4. Might as well test a little stall warning. Fix our pie top problem. I think we'll just have to take off like that. Use meh. Have it, then not have it. So let me do it, focus on. Yeah, true. Yeah, I was never really great at school. Ah, I accidentally killed an engine because of this weird fuel thing. We'll start it back up in a second here. Okay, what is happening? What is this? Can y'all just stop it? Hold on. I don't know what Windows is doing. Windows is going through it right now. I just fully restarted the File Explorer. I don't know what this is gonna do. Okay. That was weird. Anyways, some engine starting. That's good. Oh my goodness. There goes another engine. That is so... Whoa! Hey, now. You're an all-star. Get your game on, go play. No. I don't know what these fuel things are doing. Holy moly. I... never seen them so buggy. Okay. I was not having this problem last time. Okay. Goodness me. Why is the music filter wanting Amit? I don't know. It is the weirdest thing to me. Windows wasn't even trusting itself
Starting engine 1.
We're glad you see. Yeah, literally. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah, the school I went to was very weird, apparently, because every person I explain it to, they go, "What?" My school pretty much had 0 windows in the classrooms.
Fuel on.
No windows. The only windows were in the front office. That was the only place where windows were. And maybe the windows on the doors, which were these big steel doors.
Starter on.
And then,
Engine stabilized.
I think the reason why it was not like that is it was already, like, safe by the time I got there. But before, it was so, the place was, like, so dangerous, or so shady, that people referred to it as the ghetto school in the district, which is very interesting to hear, because by the time I got there, it was just really nice. I was actually friends with the majority of the staff, and I even still talk to them to this day. They had a really great staff team there. Especially in the special needs department, like how I was. Anyways, I'm not sure why it's not opening. We're having some weird problems today with our engines, I tell you. First the Pytot heat, now that. We've had a tornado, I don't know. Probably take shelter. Follow the radio stuff.
Parking brake set.
I don't know. We don't really deal with that kind of stuff here. What a failures page. Oh, we've been having random failures. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize it did that. Really? Random fails. Oh yeah, you do have random fails. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Alright, anyways. All engines have started.
Check reverse.
Whoa. No, do not check reverse. Anyways, we're going to turn off our, actually, we're going to connect the packs, which is the air conditioning in the cabin. Get the engine generators, and we can say goodbye to the APU. We won't be using it for the rest of the flight. To auto. Alright. Ready. Now we should be good to taxi. Baby, yeah. Okay. Alright. So we are good to start taxiing here.
Brake released.
So we're going to set the flaps to 10.
Flaps 10.
Yeah. We start taxiing here. So we're going to bring up a tablet in our tablet. Very meta, I know. You see 2 home buttons, but... I'm going to start moving over to runway 34, which is where we are set to take off from. Specifically runway 34 right. Just kind of taxiing right now. Not too exciting. But it gets us to the adventures. Sleepy there, yeah, got the runway. I don't really have. You know what? I'm sure the website I'm using for music has action music. Here we go. Energetic. Here we go. Here we go, yes. This isn't even my turn off, so we're just gonna kind of skip the line a little bit. Getting onto the runway with this one, boys. Alrighty, we're gonna do a few things here. We're gonna arm our speed brake. I think is armed. Is it armed? Yeah. Arm our speed brake. And then we're going to arm our auto brake. This is all in case we have to stop our takeoff for any reason.
Auto brake off.
I just used the auto brake. I just armed. What is our aircraft doing? Okay. Hold on, I'm running into some very strange taxiing problems. That is not how you turn an airplane. Yeah, 14 tornadoes. Oh my goodness. That is insane. Yeah, here we get like one at least, and it's usually like an EF0. We don't really get anything intense here. Alright. Let's send it. Into full throttle. We're on takeoff throttle. I'm not sure what that beeping's for, but who cares? We're going to set our navigation to INS. There we go. V1 rotate. Believe in South Korea. Alright. Positive rate, you're coming up. Flaps up. There we go. Yeah. Back to normal music. Airways. Oh yeah. It's getting mad at us right now because we're not. I hide our yoke here. You can see where we should be turning in. Right now we're going to set the autopilot to command. Should select, and then we're going to set this to INS. So what I've done now is I've pretty much told the aircraft I want to be climbing at this speed following our flight computer. So that's what the airplane's going to do. It's going to climb in accordance to our little speed thing there. We're actually technically speeding right now, because per FAA flight rules, you have to be under 250 knots when below 10,000 feet, so we're technically speeding right now, which is not ideal. We're in the air, yep. It only took us 45 minutes of just finagling to actually get into the air. It's going one day, buddy. I mean, we got very close in, was it 2009? Where we had an EF3. That's the closest we've gotten. We're getting arrested with this one. Alright, so here does not that much tornadoes. I live in Arizona. So, I'm pretty much in a desert state. So you don't have that much moisture. You don't have that much moisture. And a whole bunch of other factors that pretty much makes us not have tornadoes. Approaching. So there's a few settings on this. I'm going to switch it to distance/time. So on the left is our distance, and on the left is our time it'll take to reach in minutes. I forgot to start what's called a chrono, so let me do that real quick. A chrono is what calculates our, or what says our flight time. So when we land, we turn that off, so then the airline can see, okay, it flew for this exact amount of time. It's very important for maintenance. We can turn off our start valve. We don't need that anymore. change your life. Oh lord. I am very sorry for that. Yeah, those are... I can imagine that it's a life-changing experience. Tornadoes. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, it's kind of one of those things that happens. We can't really fight with nature. We can only just try to handle it. Okay. That's good. I know those things are pretty life-changing. Because even if you do survive it, you have your whole world kind of destroyed. Especially on that level. Let's go to Arizona. Yeah, all I have to say about Arizona is during the winter, it's kind of cold, and during the summer, it's an oven. During the summer, you can literally just cook eggs by just leaving a pan out in the sun. I've done it before. So it's not exactly cold state by any means. Anyways, while we're kind of climbing out here, I need to refill this water bottle. So I'll be right back. Hopefully this thing doesn't fall out of the sky while I'm gone. It'll only take like a minute. Well, we didn't fall out of the sky. I should though. Yeah, we're just kind of climbing right now. I'm just trying to play that game. I did remember thinking that it would be really funny if on April Fools, or maybe just any day, they just like, oh yeah, we rolled out an update, and they just secretly added like UFOs that fly by. Very low chance of them actually flying by. So like only 2 people see it, and they're just like, no, no. It must be a bug, weird. That would be funny. Anyways, I'm gonna finally test out this new fan. Like, proper wire threading, drop everything that's on my desk. There we go. Okay. Oop, second run time. Here we go. And should have power. Keyword being should. Pretty hot Arizona summer. Yeah, they're rough. There we go. I got the fan working. Pretty good airflow, thankfully. Trying to get on here. Yeah, it is burning hot. Like one time, when I was because in lower Arizona, and I like to say Arizona's a bowl because we're surrounded by mountains. So, when you're kind of like in the middle of the bowl, it's not too bad, but when you go up to the mountains, it's kind of hard to explain. When you go up a little bit, it's really hot, then when you go up higher, it's actually pretty nice, pretty cool. But if you're at this certain elevation, you literally feel your legs burning by just standing in the sun. So, we'll spill now here though in the Caribbean. Oh, really? That's not good. I just realized we can change the landing gear to off. And what that means is that we're not having landing gear motors go up or down, we're just having them hold their position. I forgot to do that. Yeah, that's like, I hate the heat. Yeah. Colorado. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, I usually don't like the heat either. I remember one time, because I've only seen snow twice. The first time, I just remember stepping outside for 1 second, freezing and going back in. Second time, that was very nice. Snow's pretty fun, yeah. The difference between... Okay, so I can actually answer this. So, during the summer, I've been in both Arizona, but I was in Georgia one time during the summer. And for some reason, I think humid heat is worse. Because for some reason, it just kind of clogs your breathing. If that makes any sense, I don't know. You know what I'm kind of talking about, but for some reason, humid heat feels worse than dry heat, surprisingly. You'd think that humid heat would kind of help keep it cold, but no. Not at all. Earbud just died. So I have the case right here, but... Yeah. I prefer dry heat over humid heat. But maybe it just depends on where you kind of grew up. So, walking through sweat. Yeah. Kind of like that. Actually, very for humans, not human. Pick your poison type deal. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been in multiple humid summers, though. I've only been in one. And it was for like a week, and that was it. So I'm more used to dry heat. I don't know if it depends on what kind of heat you stay in more. But, yeah. So winter was spring. Yeah. It was only really cold here during nighttime. It makes you feel heavy, wet, but yeah, the humidity sort of does. Like, if you're in the shade, it's kind of okay, sort of. Yeah. See some of Korea down there. X-Plane's built-in scenery isn't really that pretty, but you can kind of make out the terrain. I kind of wish they had like a satellite streaming system, like what Microsoft Flight Simulator has. Healing is my favorite, which that makes you feel like pure healing's awesome. And it makes you feel the way for exciting things outdoors. Oh yeah. Yeah. It is a rough... Yeah, there's no wind whatsoever during summer. Oh, really? Interesting. Yeah, here... I don't know. Here it's kind of windy. Kind of 50-50 deal if it's going to be windy or not. It kind of depends on the day. Let's see the wing there. Very pretty. Once a week. Oh, interesting. Just once a week? something I've always noticed since I've kind of been looking at weather a bit more. Well, I've been looking at it for a while now, so I started the channel. But one thing that I noticed was that here in Arizona, we get all of our storms from California. So usually, it's always funny because when you see like, you know, footage of like heavy California raised storms, then we here in Arizona just go, well, time to strap in, because we're dealing with that tomorrow. Kind of funny how that goes. There's any kind of wing flex? No. Let's see if I can get like a good wing shot. Kind of climb out. Always get wind. Interesting. It also probably depends on where you are as well. Like if you're in kind of a place where there's like more mountains for wind to swoop down, you could see that kind of being more windy. But, yeah. Sure, why not put to YouTube? So everyone knows it's a windy day or part of the day. Interesting. So what's gonna happen on the flight deck here. Once we get to about waypoint 8 to 9 is when I'll start inputting new waypoints in over the old ones, so we keep a consistent track. I just realized we never turned on our flight directors. And that's kind of important because it shows the autopilot, or it shows where the autopilot wants to take the plane. No, I was forgetting something. See the coast there. Sure, I live enough hours, I think, from Blue Ridge. Weather since we're getting in. Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't know when I started focusing on weather. It just kind of happened one day. It's the best way to explain it. One day, I for some reason just got into weather. And as I read more into it, especially how we like record the data and stuff with the probe vehicles and all that, I just find that really interesting. How that stuff works. Like, because obviously you have the interceptors, which are insane vehicles to begin with. But then you also have the probe vehicles where you have people who are trying to, you know, set up these very heavy things in the path of a tornado. They're literally in the face of danger for the name of science. That just blows my mind. Sorry about what? It's really itchy for some reason. Why is my nose so itchy? I don't know why it's all itchy today. Sorry, from 8.6 to 8.7 now. Oh yeah, so here are the... Man, sorry about the nose. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. As you can see here, these blue lines here are what we call airways. And they're pretty much just highways or roads in the sky. So you can see we've connected with this one, and we're now turning in on this kind of sky road instead as we start going towards Japan. Parachutes in any capacity would prevent death during a crash on a passenger plane. You know, I've kind of thought about that before. And it's a very strange predicament. Because, first of all, it depends on what kind of crash it is. Is it just like all the engines going out, and you know you have to just glide, and you have time? Or is it more like a whole wing snapped off, and you're just flipping to oblivion? Because if it's one where you need to glide, I could kind of see that being viable. Because then you'd have enough time to get everybody, like for example on this plane, we have 280 something people on this plane. That's a lot of people who need to put parachutes on and jump out of each door, even though we do have this many doors. And if you want them to jump out of the doors, you should probably only do these back 4 anyways. Because if you do the front doors, you could possibly have them get sucked up into the engine, especially that door. And it would also be really windy, so you probably stick your arm out and you'll... So, it's kind of, situational crashes. Yeah, it's very situation-based. Like, I think on smaller planes, I think it'd be better. Yeah, I think if it was gliding, maybe. If you have the plane slow enough that you won't have whiplash, and you have enough time for 280 people to get out of the plane and bail out of these 4 back doors. And then also depends on where you're over. Because if you're over water, that's not going to work. Even if you're over land, you may have them all land in a forest and die anyways, so it's kind of tricky. Very tricky. I think it works on smaller planes, though, maybe? Like smaller prop planes where like only 8 something people. But I don't know. Because another thing you need to think of is the weight of the parachutes as well. Because usually, the type of parachutes you have, there's usually 2 parachutes packed into it in case one fails. And they're probably not too heavy on their own. But having 280 of those is a lot. Like if they were, let's say maybe... Let's just say that they weigh only about like 2 pounds. Right? If you have 280 of those, that would be approximately 560 pounds of just parachutes. Which most airlines probably wouldn't care because they're like, who cares when we can fit, like 3 more people on instead of 280 parachutes, Yeah. As I said, I've thought about that in detail before. People who don't know how to use parachute 10%. Oh really? Having issues. Yeah, that's another thing as well. Is in the safety briefing, you would have to also tell them how to do a parachute, and most of the people usually wouldn't listen to that, especially if it was like a recent change. So they won't even listen to that. So if you had to do that, they're already stressed enough, knowing that the plane they're in is going to go down. That now they also need to figure out how to use a parachute, how to jump out of the plane correctly without, like, breaking a leg by hitting the door when you leave or something. It's just like, it's very tricky. Way. Yeah, I kind of got caught about that. I was born in Japan. Oh, that's nice. One screenshot of the video twist. I'm glad to be in that. Some or force element in here. Blocks. In there. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't enjoy making that video, but I enjoyed like looking at some of the images like, oh yeah, I remember that, or I remember that. Because it really kind of showed my journey on playing the game. Because, you had this block, which was me playing it, and then you had this block of me actually recording it, and, putting it on YouTube. So you can see the big chunk where I got a lot of my experience from intercepting. Like, that's how... Like, even now, when I boot up Twisted, I still nail intercepts, just because it's literally, like, burned into my brain. Like, ooh, sorry about that. But yeah, I need to be careful with this thing. But yeah, it's kind of like how I started this aircraft up without using a manual, because I have it all burned in my brain, when I should probably have more important information in there. Like math, instead of learning how to start up like 10-something virtual planes, but because it's something that once you do it long enough, you kind of get really good at it. Anyways, we're getting close to putting some new waypoints in, so this should be interesting. I believe this should do it for us, hopefully. Yeah, so if I have it right from 10, that should give us the next set. Yeah. That's all the same thing. Alright, yep, so we're leaving Korea now. We'll be approaching Japan soon. We are getting closer to our cruise altitude. It's pretty good. We're cruising up pretty high for today's flight, actually. In fact, I may have us level off right now, because I don't see any more benefit to climbing. So we'll just have us hold at 36,000. Yep, level off. Altitude hold. There we go. We are now on cruise. Seatbelt sign off. Lock the crew doors. PA in use. I wonder if I can actually hear that. That's nice. Little cabin announcements. Yeah, as I said, that's pretty much every single screenshot I've ever taken in the game that I still have. There's a few that didn't make it in there, like when I had to change computers. Those screenshots are lost to time, but I had those at least. That's why the video is almost 2 hours long. So I was like, well, there's everything. Just realized Steam's already been going on for an hour. Yeah, it has been. We've only been flying for about 30 minutes. Just kind of cruising along here. Wait, 9. Second, I'm going to do a very strategic waypoint swap with our little tablet. Yeah, now that I think about it, we can finally change our speed. So let's have us hold about 285. I'm going to set our auto throttle mode to speed hold on cruise power. Or cruise mode. There we go. So now the aircraft is taking care of the speed for us. It's going to disarm our speed brake. The reason why you arm and disarm that kind of stuff is when you arm speed brakes, that makes it so the second you land, they immediately go whoop. So whenever you see planes land and they pop the, top spoilers up, they're not actually pushing that forward. They're having the plane push it forward for them, which is really nice. What's the speed limit on the Sky Highway? Well, so it's slow, we're gonna go back and forth. Yeah, 10 minutes. Alright, we'll still be cruising by then. The speed limit on the Sky Highway, once you're above 10,000 feet, it's the sky's the limit. So pretty much the only thing that's stopping us from going faster than Mach 8.5 is our actual airframe itself. So if we were in Concorde, for example, we could go to Mach 2 right now, and we'd be perfectly fine. The only time when there's a speed limit is when you're below 10,000 feet. and that's 250 knots maximum. And now that we're up here, we don't have to worry about the speed limits or regulations. We can just kind of cruise now, at as fast as our plane will allow us to go. Which is super nice. So I got like a little shot here. There's the aircraft, yeah. That was kind of a janky camera movement. Let's see if I can do it better. Yeah, I love something about these old liveries. Because if you look at any... Your mom too, just know it. 12. Yeah, I've always liked these old liveries. Because back then, you know, they were kind of inspired to make pretty liveries. Instead of nowadays where they just get a white plane, slap a logo on the tail, slap a lettering on the front. It's like, job done. You know? Like nowadays, modern liveries nowadays are so bland compared to how they were back then. That's really unfortunate. Kind of like everything simplifying their logo. Airlines tend to simplify their liveries. This cup, by the way, the cup I got for Valentine's Day, actually. Put up here. It's a custom cup dedicated to my late lizard. Really nice. I use this thing to death. The same vibe as Monozu logos. Yeah, exactly. Where you went from having these, you know, like beautiful artistic things that actually get like artists to design. But nowadays, I'm pretty sure they just get some random way. It's like, hey, can you put a logo there and then there? Alright, that's perfect, yeah. I mean, there's some that still kind of keep, like Southwest livery. I like Southwest livery because, you know, it still has... We're going real rough with this one. You know, it still has all the coloring to it. I just lost their own fox. Yeah, really. Yeah, I still like Southwest plane. They still go for colorful. But then you look up, like... And then look at something like American Airlines. They're kind of like in between. Like, you know, they still... Keep this level. You know, they do a little bit of artisticness. With their back tail, at least. Then you have some like Delta Airlines, which is pretty much, you know, they have a little bit of blue. You know, they try to keep their, you know, liveries kind of colorful, but you know, it's nothing compared to Delta's old liveries or American's old liveries. Yeah. Like, here's one of Delta's old liveries. You can see how so much more of the plane is actually, like, colorized. You know, they actually put design into it. But, yeah. That's why I tend to like older liveries. Oh, you know what? I think I know the... Let's see here. Is it British Airways? Yeah, British Airways kind of the most, well, not egregious, but you can see they just put a little bit of blue on the bottom of the engines. They literally just slap the logo to the back tail, and then they put their logo on the front there. They're pretty much like the blandest one. I mean, it still looks nice, not gonna lie. But, you know, it's nothing like their old liveries. Which actually, you know, had all kinds of coloring. I should really show this on the computer, not on my phone. I just realized that. Yeah, you can see what I mean. Their old liveries still have more color to it. I think it did the waypoint swap for us. 362. 360. Oh, it did it for us. Okay. That is nice. We don't even have to... Cool. They've made this old system so much nicer. Because as I said, the pilots don't have to manually punch in each coordinate. which they would usually have on like a piece of paper. Punch in each coordinate, punch it over the old coordinates. This is the exact same system on the Concorde as well. So imagine being in the Concorde, having to punch these waypoints in at like super speed before your plane goes to them. Very old system, but yeah. I'm glad that it did it for us. Thank goodness, because I was like, well, time to start punching numbers in. Yeah, we have some other stuff here, like wind. 0 wind. We have our position here. So if ATC or air traffic controls are like, what's your position? You can immediately, you know, just go boop boop, and then say this number. I just realized we never set our, I forgot to set that on. That's very crucial. Setting that to TARA activates our TCAS, which this aircraft may be old enough to actually have a physical dial for it. Oh yeah, it's built into our speed thing here, or our feet per minute climb thing. So pretty much when an aircraft gets too close, you're gonna see this light go on, and it's gonna say traffic, traffic. That pretty much lets you know, hey, there's an airplane coming towards you. And if you're on a collision course, it'll actually say dive down or climb up to avoid the collision. Which is really handy. And I'm sure that has prevented many collisions. Because while it may seem impossible, air collisions are avoided all the time. Especially when you're landing at busy airports, where you need to keep track of like 50 different planes that are all like only a couple miles away from you. It's very crucial to have a system like that. Especially because air traffic control can sometimes mess up. It's happening a lot nowadays. Yeah. Very need a burrito. Yeah, that kind of happens nowadays. One thing it doesn't stop though is ground collisions. Unfortunately, because usually when you're taking off is when you turn it on. So when you're taxiing, you have it off. Mainly so when you're parked, you don't just have traffic. Because of all of them being parked right next to each other. But that means that if you have an aircraft landing and one taxiing, it's not going to warn them about it. And speaking of Tokyo, actually at this exact airport we're flying to, is where that collision happened in January. That Japan Airlines plane. And that happened because the Coast Guard plane hadn't turned on the plane on the runway, didn't turn on their transponder or their TARA thing yet. Because they didn't need to yet. But that, meant that the bigger plane couldn't get that signal. So there's some limitations to it. But once you're in the air, it's very handy. That means we should start seeing the coast of Japan soon. You have a lot of experience with X-Plane? Yeah. I've been flying it for quite a while now. In fact, I have an old photo from 2020 of me when I first started using it. So I've been using it for a while now. Yeah. This brings back a lot of memories. Yeah, this photo is from, this is before I knew how to take screenshots, by the way. This photo is from 4 years ago. So yeah, so I've been doing this for quite a little bit. But yeah, we're just kind of cruising right now. From Seoul, South Korea to Tokyo, Japan. Hello again, Wolf, and hello, Hood's Performance. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy doing it a lot. Especially because you're gonna see when we start landing here. I like the split decision making that you have to make. Because, like to give an example, yesterday, when I was doing a flight on my own, I was running into this problem where the auto land system failed, and I was starting to descend right into a suburb right before the runway. So I had to make the split-second decision to disengage the autopilot and actually, wrangle the plane back into control. Now that's what I like about it. Now you probably shouldn't get the airplane to that point, but yeah, that's just how I kind of enjoy doing things. Do any ship stuff? I wish I could. I can't really seem to find any good kind of ship simulator. I think there's one on Roblox, Dynamic Ship Simulator, but there's no good actual standalone ship simulator. I've always been interested in it, though. Getting back and forth. If I come back somewhere, it's alright. Yeah, we're just still kind of cruising a little bit, so we're just kind of talking right now, not much is happening. But for the people tuning in, this is our aircraft. This is the 747-200, which is an older version of the 747. And this was used in the 80s and 90s. So, that's what we're flying today. As I said, we're going from Seoul to Tokyo. And, yeah, just gonna chill. Must be really good. I look professional right now, but once we start getting to the landing part, I actually don't have that much experience landing this thing, so that's probably gonna show my limits. Sorry that the screen does that weird tearing thing when I move it. Yeah, we're going to be testing something today. I was reading the manual for the autopilot, and if you see there's a function called land. This thing, despite being an older aircraft, has a built-in auto land system, which makes me super curious how it works, so I kind of want to try that once we descend into Tokyo here, and see how this thing would land itself. But yeah, because this is an older aircraft, we also have a flight engineer. We haven't really touched it since takeoff. But this lets us control everything in the aircraft. Landing or walk away from was a good one. Yeah. Sure is. Yeah. No. Yeah, so this flying engineers panel. Because back then, there used to be 3 people flying the aircraft. Well, not 3. There'd be 2, and there'd be the back guy that would manage all of this stuff. And it's sad now, because this whole seat has been delegated to just a few panels on a modern airliner now, which is incredible. It shows how advanced these aircraft have gotten. You can see how complex this cockpit is. And then an Airbus, if you went into a modern Airbus, this entire panel would be your whole aircraft startup process, which is incredible. That we've, perfected it so well. Cruise ship base game. Interesting. So who is SH Gaming? I'm not entirely sure who that is, actually. Maybe I can look it up. This is what I do a lot. I'm talking with people, and I don't know what they're talking about. I just look it up real quick, and I go, oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that guy. Switch gaming. Let's check this guy out while we're just kind of cruising. I see. He's a twisted guy. Well, since we're kind of cruising right now, let's just kind of pop in for a second. Let's see what he's doing. By the way, just ignore that display thing. It does a weird display. Let's pop in. See what this guy is doing. Seems like he's doing a Dominator 3 chase.
Check is not slap by EF2 or EF3.
Interesting.
And it turned a little bit, and it looks like it's turning this way. I can't tell from the
Wow,
power
that is
flashes.
insane.
No, get out here, get out here, get out here, get out here, get out here. I gotta go east more. I gotta go east more.
It just
Very
turns
strong
around. Just no.
Got one more
Get out of here,
left
get
now.
out of here.
Let's go. Get back in the vehicle.
Interesting.
Go.
5 wins.
I'm gonna go east even more with this.
It's funny, how did he rotate it like that? Oh, did he just reset it? It's funny.
Got
Take a
like
left shot,
110
let's stay.
on that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'd freak out with that many
Go,
controls.
Go, go, go.
Yeah. I was gonna
Things now you
see.
can direct the core of my probes.
Very interesting. I'll kind of keep it on my other screen. But once the display comes back, here we go. It may seem overwhelming, but eventually, with this aircraft, once you kind of get experience with these aircraft, instead of looking at the whole panel, you have to kind of just like focus on one part. So right now, if you had to turn on the battery or do anything power related, you know, it would just be like, holy moly, this is way too much, where is it? But if you go, okay, this is the electrical panel, you know, just focus on this electrical panel. There's just one switch that turns on the battery and a button setting that lets us view the voltages. And then to kind of go to something a bit more complicated, you have this, for example. So it's like you have all this stuff while there's so much. And then you go, oh, wait a minute. This is just to control the air conditioning in the cabin. And this is just to control the air going through from each engine. And then these are to recirculate the air and stuff in case we need to. So when you kind of break it down to parts like that, it sort of gets simpler. Especially because each panel is like, okay, this is the fuel panel. This is the air panel, you know, this is the power panel, you know? It sort of starts to make a bit more sense. Anyways, this guy, this SH guy, he is
a large tornado.
pretty close to a big tornado here. Interesting that he has a black box up there, I don't know why.
Okay.
Seemed like got that pretty
Tornado
good.
really fell on his face.
How much? I just realized he has $1 million. Okay. And I thought me having 800,000 in that game was a lot. He has 1.6 or 1.1 million. Go be back in 10 minutes. Alright. Interesting. It's funny.
That thing's way great. It's about to die. It's about to lit.
Alright, nice job. It's funny. Anyways, again, I wish I could fix that display refresh. It's the weirdest thing. Oh, here we go. Here's Tokyo. Not Tokyo. Here's the country that has Tokyo. Here's Japan, I should say. Is ETA on this flight? Probably 20 or 30 more minutes. Favorite plane? That is a very good question. Depends on the type of plane. Now, my favorite, if you want to think civilian, my favorite commercial plane is the Airbus Beluga. I even have this little model of it on my desk. And then when it comes to my favorite kind of like fighter jet, I would have to say the F-111 aardvark. Let me bring up a photo of it. It's kind of an obscure aircraft. But it's pretty much, if you know what an F-14 Tomcat is, it's pretty much an F-14 Tomcat, but as a bomber. So, you can see there. It is a bomber that had swing wings. And because of that, it was able to go really fast. It'd be able to change its wing angle. But then it also had the capabilities of a bomber. So instead of the F-14, which was mainly designed to, you know, just do air-to-air stuff, the aardvark was designed solely for bombing. Which is why I like it so much, because I really love bombers in general. I find it very impressive how, you know, you have an airplane, its whole purpose is to pick up a bunch of, you know, heavy bombs and then precisely hit them in some area and come back. I've always found that very interesting. Oh, the F-16. Yeah. Yeah, the F-16 is a pretty good plane, too. If I remember correctly, I was talking to a friend about this. I believe out of, like, most U.S. Air Force aircraft, the F-16 is one of the cheapest to operate, which is interesting. But yeah, it's a really good plane. I've tried to learn one in a flight simulator before, but it's just way too complicated of a plane. The people who fly it are impressive. Oh yeah, and then to aside with the V-22. Yeah, the V-22 is very interesting, because it can, you know, tilt its rotors. Which is really nice, I can imagine, for strategic operations. Because then you have the speed of a plane, but, you know, the versatility of a helicopter. So you could have, you know, instead of having, like, helicopter go, like, across a whole, you know, piece of land, it would take, like, who knows, maybe 3 or 4 hours. You can instead have a plane, or the V-22, do the exact same thing, where they land vertically, like a helicopter, pick them up, but then it changes into an airplane and only takes like an hour at most to get over there, and then land like a helicopter again. It's a very interesting aircraft. Piece of tilt or tilt engine. Yeah. Definitely, yeah, there's VTOL VR is this one game. And whenever we used to play it, there's this one plane that's a VTOL, like the V-22. And I remember one time I was like, oh yeah, try to dogfight me, and I was like, okay, so I was just in a, like, normal fighter jet, one of the normal fighters in the game. But then I literally could not get behind him, because he kept going vertical and just lining back up with me. So yeah, it's very scary. Let's see what I use him. So I will be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. We'll just kind of leave it like this, and then we'll kind of start deciding where to descend, because we're getting close to that step. Anyways, I'll be back. It's hard to control. Oh yeah, I can imagine it's hard to control. Sharper turns out that graph come true. But yeah, they must be tricky to control, because you are, again, switching from an airplane to a helicopter. Has to be very tricky. What does that even... This stream has a very weird chat. Or the SH Gaming stream. I'm just kind of watching in the back. Oh, I see. The box is to block the server code. Ah, that makes sense. I didn't realize that. Yeah, some people don't like to have their... Oh, it's because they're in a private server. That makes sense. Yeah, some streamers don't like to have viewers play with them when they're doing stuff like that. And you know, I've always enjoyed it. Because there's people there. Especially with this game here, Twisted. You know, it gives you more of an opportunity to have more people. Because I think the most crucial part about Twisted is not knowing when to, deploy or anything. But it's having the people, having other people. Because, for example, if you missed, like, a big tornado, there's probably someone else, or you have this big tornado approaching, you're like, I wonder how strong it is. You can already probably have someone else who's already in it saying, oh yeah, it's this wind speed. Which will make you go, okay, no, that's too strong, or, oh, okay, that's fine, Sanitary told normal flight is actually not too difficult? Yeah, probably. I'm sure there probably is a technique to doing it, I can imagine. Anyways, I think we should start descending. I'm not 100% sure we should be. I wish I had like a distance thing. Because I'm not 100% sure when to descend. Here's the first kink we're getting into. It's only for, oh, no, we have a landing thing. Oh, wait. Hold on, I saw it. Landing preference. Boat landing weight. Okay, so we can land at approximately 129 knots. Distance minimum 240. Medium max. Oh, I just realized we never disarmed that.
Auto brake off.
So this whole time the brakes have been ready to kick on. Think about it, if you have to tilt forward to move forward, as you just tilt forward, just tilt this. Ah, that's a good point, yeah. Probably would make it easier. Do that with. Anyways. That's right, I don't know if we should descend. Not 100% sure. I'm gonna say we start descending. We're over Japan. That's probably a good sign. I'm gonna dial in our altitude to about 10,000 feet. And then we can judge from there if we should descend. It's the vertical speed. I'm gonna be going 250. The auto throttle or the aircraft's gonna try to do it for us. Switch to vertical speed. We'll start dialing in a descent speed. There we go. We're watching the aircraft very carefully as we do this. Is my living worth $30? I mean, is that the current price for it? Is my living? Let's see. When it comes to X-Plane 11 or any flight simulator, oh yeah, I see that, $30, yeah. I could have sworn it was cheaper. Let me check Steam real quick. Is it $30? I remember it used to be 60, so that is actually cheaper. No, it's $30. Okay, that's not bad actually. It used to be like 60 something dollars. But when it comes to flight simulator stuff, especially X-Plane, it's kind of, it depends, I guess. Because when it comes to getting into flight simulation, I like to consider flight simulation as kind of like a rich man's hobby in a way. Because with the game, you know, you get a few aircraft that come with the game, but none of them are in depth like this aircraft I'm in right now. This aircraft I'm in right now is from a third-party developer. So if I bring this website up, this is xstore.xpin.org. This is a third-party website where pretty much most third-party developers put their aircraft up and scenery up. So if you wanted to get like more aircraft and stuff, like I remember I made a video about this vehicle here. I made a video about this, yeah. This kind of depends. Like if you just want to like use it just to fly, like little aircraft, or you're okay with the basicness of the. I shouldn't be showing this. I shouldn't be showing me logging into my own account. It's a very good thing. Oh my lord. I'm gonna get hacked one day doing that, but as I was saying, if I log into it here, this will kind of show. Does it show? Okay, it doesn't show anything too revealing. I probably still shouldn't be showing this though, so I'm just gonna. Okay, let's just do this for example. So these are this is the airliner section, for example. So you can see here, you kind of different priced stuff. You have things like this, like the Jar Design aircraft. These aircraft are pretty good. They're kind of finicky, but they're pretty good for like actual like in-depth aircraft that you need to learn how to properly use. But then you have some that are like this, which are ridiculously realistic, and the price tag obviously shows that. So it's kind of one of those things where what happened? I almost nothing. What happened earlier was I kind of accidentally showed my account login page, which probably isn't a good thing to show on the internet, but as I was saying, for example, as I was talking about, oh, it's not under old airliners. That's interesting. Wonder what, oh, it's probably under Boeing. So as I was saying, you know, you can get the simulator for $30. You know, that gives you the basic aircraft and stuff. But if you kind of want like more of like an in-depth thing, like what I'm doing, with, you know, managing each little thing. Like for example, here's the aircraft I'm in right now. This 100% judge, right? It's by a third-party developer. Oh, it's X-Plane 12 compatible. Interesting. Yeah, another thing I'm going to say, when it comes to X-Plane 12, yeah, we are. We're just cruising right now, so not much is happening on that front. It does remind me, though, I do need to lower our descent. There we go. Yeah, we're descending right now. You can see that we're over Japan. Very nice. We're descending into Tokyo now, but yeah. Anyways, I'm obviously going on this rant for too long. But as I said, it kind of depends on what you want from the simulator. Chasing. Is it spring? I'm sorry that it keeps flickering like that, by the way. Is it spring break? I don't know. I've not been to school for a while. But yeah. Yeah, well, when it comes to X-Mine's worth it. Some of these classified documents. Well, how should I word this? Usually, War Thunder kind of has a problem with that, where people just keep posting classified documents to prove points. But thankfully, War Thunder kind of has its own corner. So, that's not really quite simulator related. Like, yeah, literally. Things that people would do to prove to someone on the internet is insane. Like, they're willing to be like, they want to prove themselves so much that they're really just like, well, here's this. A deep analysis on every single security problem with this fire jet. Like, what? No. That's not, that'll solve anything. In Japan? Yeah, we're in Japan. Yeah, you can't really see it, but Mount Fuji is technically over there, yeah. So we're approaching to Tokyo. If I, again, excuse the weird flashing that it keeps doing. Here's our flight plan. So right now, we're kind of near this SART part near Osaka, and we're descending slowly to Tokyo here. So hopefully that kind of shows a bit more on this map. No, I can't get rid of all the names. The names kind of clutter the whole thing, but oh. I saw it, yeah. ITA. Let's see. We're descending right now. So I'd say an ETA of probably 15 minutes. Being optimistic. 20. If not. 20 minutes and we're at Tokyo? Yeah, pretty much. That's the plan, at least. So, you know, since we are descending right now, we are technically above 10,000 feet, so we can technically speed up our descent if we want to. So we can get there a bit quicker. Reminds me, let me turn the seatbelt sights back on. By the way, this control thing moving here, that's actually just the autopilot moving. I'm not doing any of these controls here. That's just the autopilot. It's pretty neat, pretty nice. I kind of wish they had that with Airbus planes, because with Airbus planes doesn't really show the controls moving. Through a train twist a lot of times. Yeah. When it comes to twisting trees, I actually had a couple trees fall over my vehicles before. Like one time, I think it's in my slideshow video, but one time this whole tree crushed my TIV 2, and it literally broke the wheels. Like, we couldn't move. It just went boom. and it was in 1.19. Because if you played during 1.19, if you remember the road, not the highway, but the other road that went straight into Hazleton, you know how it was all just trees? Yeah, that's where... yeah. Maybe for me to slow down, actually. Our pilot's limit. I believe the limit for the autopilot and like actual movement is, I believe it has limit of 30 degrees roll and 40 degrees pitch, I believe. And then as for the throttle, it has free reign over the throttle as long as I have this one little switch flicked on. But as soon as I like need power back, I can just immediately flip that switch off and it'll give me the throttle back. And then if I need to emergency disconnect the autopilot, I can just very quickly flip that down. Or switch it into manual mode. Which is kind of like guidance mode, where it sort of suggests you where to fly. So it's not a full autopilot, but it kind of assists you, kind of like pushes you along, or nudges you along on your turns and stuff. And then off is just raw power, just raw controls. We're still kind of speeding up, so I'm gonna pop our speed brakes out for a second here. There we go. We can see that we can only go to the flight detent. This is max speed brake that we can do during the flight. See them sticking out there. Once we land, we can actually extend it to the full flap thing. Longest flight in X-plane. Oh, let's see here. I made a community post about this when I did it, because it was such a big achievement for me. Let's see here. The longest flight I have ever done was this insane route. It was an insane route. Let's see here. Yeah. Yeah, so previously my longest record was a 9-hour flight across the Atlantic. But then a month ago, I broke that record. It did 11.5 hours in an Airbus A340. I actually have screenshots. I have a little screenshot folder dedicated to this. So let's see here. Yeah. So let's see if I can get a good exterior shot here. Yeah, here we go. So it was in this aircraft. I meant to maximize it. It was in this aircraft. And it was pretty much this massive flight that went from Los Angeles across the entirety of the United States, and then across the entirety of the Atlantic and into Spain. It was an insane flight. And I kind of don't want to do that ever again. It was pretty much there. So, yeah, here was the flight plan. Started in Los Angeles, fly over the whole US, then fly over the whole Atlantic Ocean, and arrive in Spain. It was the craziest flight I have ever done. Well, no, it was the most boring one, but looking at it from now, it was the craziest flight I've ever done. And that is my flight sim record. So, I can officially say that I am in the 10-hour plus club. With that reveal. Yeah. Anyways, I believe we're looking at Haneda Airport? No. Why is it just floating in there, though? Is that Haneda Airport? It's just kind of floating. No, that's RJGG. JNH. What is our flight plan again? No, it's RJTT. RJTT. So that's RJGG. RJ. Okay, no, false alarm. I thought that was our airport, but no, it's not. So we are still cruising. I wonder where Tokyo is. We should be approaching it soon. But, yeah. And now the scary thing is, I can theoretically break that 11.5-hour record if I wanted to. I learned how to fly the 747. I have a 747, not this one, but I have another one that's more efficient. It can fly for 16 hours. So if I really wanted to, I could. And maybe I could stream it too.
10,000.
My internet would hate me. The internet bill would be ridiculous. I wouldn't be able to stream for the rest of the month, but I could do that. Or I stream the entirety of being on our flight. We got like screwed after that flight. Yeah. In fact, I took that plane off, got it to cruise, went to bed, woke up, and then continued to fly it for like 5 hours. Like, I literally went to bed, and I was like, oh cool, I'm over the Atlantic now after I woke up. So if I ever try to break that record, which I should do on stream, because that would give me some better credibility, but also just really cool to stream. Maybe I should do that. Because what is the... I'm gonna look up. What is the 747-800's range? What's the range of that aircraft? So that's from Boeing themselves, so it's probably... Oh, no, they removed it. Interesting. Alright. How far can a... It can go 8,000 nautical miles? That flight I just talked about, 11-hour flight, was 6,000 nautical miles. So I could theoretically break that record with a more powerful plane. Because that means... Flight time. How long can that thing stay in the air before it falls out of it? "17 hours. That would be fun to do one day. A 17-hour stream. What route would even be 17 hours? Yeah, level off, but would even be 17 hours? You know, that is insanity. JNS or JNY? J and H. Yeah, we're just kind of trying to fly right now. We're getting close though. I'm just kind of having us cruising at 5,000 feet, so we're just kind of hovering above right now. Not hovering above, but you know, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, 8,000 is crazy. So maybe one day, if I can... Oh, you know what I can do? I could do a cross-polar route. I could take off from, like, let's say... Let's slow this map up here. I could take off from, let's say, Brazil or Chile, fly over the South Pole, and then land somewhere in, like, London. Or maybe Paris or Rome. That could be the only flight that I could see being that long. But at the same time, there's a better route of just going from here across the Atlantic to London. So I would need to somehow find a route that justifies 17 hours. Oh, hey Zydo. Zato. Yes, we are currently... where's my habitat? There it is. I descended a bit too early because I didn't know when to descend, so we're just kind of flying above right now. Maybe I should climb a bit. We're trying to find Tokyo. We've flown all the way from Seoul, South Korea. And now we're just kind of trying to find the airport. I'm going to probably have us climb, actually, just so I can go over 250. I can find it a bit better. Yeah, auto throttle off. Select climb throttle, I guess. Yeah, this ended way too early, like usual. So that does remind me. We're doing this. I'm going to look up the METAR for Tokyo Haneda so I can set up the barometer and bobber. GT METAR. Let's see here. 1010. 1010. It's the Filastrino. Well, it's been pretty nice actually. It hasn't been fighting me at all. We've just kind of had a really calm flight. Thankfully. I'm planning on trying to use its auto land system that I discovered while reading the manual. Because I'm very curious to see how an 80s airplane auto lands. So we're going to try that. That does remind me though, I do need to tune the proper ILS frequencies for it. Let me do that. Frequencies. Yeah, I usually use this one mostly on the flight plan database. So let's see, we're going to be landing on the runway. The screen's going to flicker again here. Sorry about that. Oh, no, my cursor is... There. Sorry about that. I don't know why the screen's flickering like that. I don't know. Okay, 34 right. Both online should be put in command with the same course and ILS frequency on both 1 and 2. Okay. Alrighty. Let's see here. So the ILS frequency. Okay, this gives me the bearings for it. This is completely unreadable. I need to look on the actual website. The screen's gonna flicker again. I don't know why the screen does that flickering. This will actually let me actually show you guys the thing anyways. Anyways, this is what I always use. So, Y04. So we're using runway 34 right. So 34 right, lock ILS. Gives us the bearing and frequency and all that. So I'm going to tune this. I'm assuming we tune the course into this. So 34 right, 330. Do I use mag or true? I probably use mag. 37. And what site is that? It's flightplandatabase.com. It's very handy for dialing in these old frequencies, mainly because X-Plane seems to use the same kind of database. So it usually gets the frequencies right. 37, and you said it would have to be for both, right? Yeah, both. 37. There we go. Is that our ILS? No, I don't think that's our ILS, is it? I should probably check the manual. Well, no, it's right there. Zato, is this where we tune in the ILS frequency? Because I'm assuming... Right, thanks, now I'm confused with the ILS information. Oh, yeah. Interesting. I'm going to assume that this is the ILS frequency. So, 90, 108... There we go. VHF nav is for ILS frequencies. Okay, cool. So we should be configured for that, which is nice. So what's happening? Oh, we are climbing. Okay, it's just very slow. I'll try to pump some power in. Not that much power. Okay. It's good to know. Where are we? Well, I would usually read the map, but I can't do that. So I'm not 100% sure. We're getting close though. I know we're getting close. Cause 3 to 4 INS previous. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. We descended. Okay, I know exactly where we are. Sort of. We're getting close. We're close. I know that much. We're close. Tokyo's over here. Tokyo's somewhere over here, I think. Okay, yeah, so I descended way too early. Like usual. So that's why we're climbing up back to 10,000. So I can have us go about 300 and sort of cruise back over there. I'm climbing to 10,000 so we don't break the speed limit. So it's probably good to just cruise at this altitude anyways. yeah. So I just had a little checks information. Just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. So, very far right. Localizer ILS 10990, yep. With a bearing of 337 true. Yep. Well, it's 0.8, so I should probably do 338. If we want to round it up. There we go. I'm very curious how this auto land system works. In fact, let me bring the flight manual back up. Huh? That happened? Oh, I think it's just saying get ready. I know. I'll have to figure out how to fix the screen flickering. Because that is very annoying. And I'm the one that's streaming. Well, I'm sure watching it is very annoying to have it flicker like that. Let's see, I'm gonna get my handy manual. Here we go, autopilot. So this is the manual for it. So now it talks about it. So to perform an auto land, make sure both navigation radios and course are set to the /c/course. After established on the localizer, flight path, make sure the okay, selector on the MCP and land, both autopilots are engaged. Make sure flare and go around are armed on the auto flight annunciator panel. Okay. Touchdown in case the auto panel. Oh, throttle. Okay. Yeah, so it seems pretty simple. So I'm assuming we switch it to VOR block first. Because then that lines it up with the runway, then we set it to land, and then it will catch the glide slope, I believe. At least how I'm reading this. VHF nav can also be used for VOR, same like ILS. Oh. I know I had an idea. Oh yeah, we're so far away, we're not even picking up the radio yet, so... Yeah, I just ended way too early. Beat that on. About 350, let's just get cruising. About to land soon? Hopefully. I'm not too sure. ILS is VOR lock. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Yeah, this is going to be very interesting to see how this functions. You must know load of planes. I know just enough to operate them. Let's see turns. I think about that. I hope we don't have a... Well, I can probably manually... Bias... oh! Always remember your speed brake. Either having it both out or in. Is that RJTK? RJTA. We're getting there. It's apparently a frigate over here. Let's see if we can spot the frigate, shall we? So it's... Say that little tip there. That's where the frigate is. No, can't see it. Oh wait. Found the frigate. Oh, that is nice. Okay, I was wondering that. That's nice. Yeah, I did a flight last night in that plane actually. Just like a little Air Canada flight. I know, it says on off and tilt up and tilt down. Yeah, that's kind of how I started. Like again, I started not even knowing how to start an airplane up. I started just reading things like, okay, APU on. Yeah. But now I've been doing it for so long. It's kind of all second nature. Like right now we're doing a civilian flight, but I also do DCS, which is military flights. So I know how to do commercial operations and military operations, at least virtually. So you could see me do a whole passenger flight like this, and then you can just casually see me launch off an aircraft carrier, bomb an airbase, and then land down the carrier again. Right after. But, I don't know, at least to me, I think that's something to write home about. I am planning on live streaming, because this month, I don't know when, it may get delayed, but this month, this one fighter jet I've been waiting for is coming out for my military flight sim. And I'm planning on live streaming that when it comes out, because, like, if I'm fully honest here, I'll be back to the system. Alright, but I'll be full honest here. This plane, I'm trying to see how I could show the videos without getting copyright struck, because they like to play copyrighted music on it, of course they do. Let's see here. Let's see if I can just, yeah, be like that. Yeah. So this is the aircraft that we're waiting for. It's coming out for my military simulator called DCS. It's the F4 Phantom. And I'm really looking forward to this thing, because this thing is going to be extremely realistic. It's going to have both seats, the radar person and the pilot seat, both completely modeled, fully accurately to the real thing. This thing is going to be pretty much equivalent to the real life form. And I usually don't say that. So I'm planning on live streaming this when it releases. Hopefully at the end of this, if all things go well. That's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, that's what I like to do. I just like doing anything flying. The military flight simulator stuff is a bit newer, though. I've only been doing that for about... Let's see here. When did... I know exactly when I got into the military flight simulating stuff. When did Top Gun Maverick come out? Because that is exactly when I got into it. Maverick came out April of 2022. No, that was at SummerCon, May 27th. Yeah, that makes sense. June 2022. So I've been doing the military stuff for about 2 or so years. And yeah, I just enjoy it, because it gives me a whole different type of flying. Like, I can go from this, which is, you know, pretty nice and calm. Like, we're just kind of relaxing, you know. I mean, I messed up. We should be landing right now if I did this right, but, you know, just ignoring that I failed this descent. And I'm not trying to fix my mess up. We just kind of had a, you know, nice calm stream. So it's nice to do these, and then whenever I feel like, you know, doing it like 1,000 feet, literally like hugging the terrain bomb run in like a Mach 1 fighter jet, I can do that as well. This stream has been going on for a while. Mainly because again, I should be landing better, but I messed up. Let's like power to add a bit more power to us. I wish I could read this map, because then I'd be like, okay, I see where Tokyo is. But because it's all in Japanese, I can't read that. Actually, you know what? I have a really smart idea. I have a super smart idea. Just get Google Lens here. Set it on to translate. Alright, here we go. Okay, this is actually giving us stuff. Sort of. It's not translating all of it, which is kind of a problem, but it's translating some of it. Sakura City, Kaido City, Setagaya, Fuji City, Yamasen, Kanagawa City. Wait, is this not where Tokyo is? No, this is where Tokyo is. Because this map is in English. But that's kind of cool that it does that based on the region. But at the same time, that's kind of a bad problem. Let's see if our ILS frequency has been picked up. That is still a no. We are in normal, right? Yep. Yeah, that is bad. That we're still so far away, can't pick up a radio frequency. That's not good. Let me look where Tokyo is on a map. Maybe I can triangulate. Oh! There's Mount Fuji. I didn't think we were going to be able to see it on this flight, but we can. Welcome back, Wolf. Yeah, there's Mount Fuji. I've always wanted to see that in person. Must be very interesting. Just because the way that it deflects clouds, it's beautiful. Anyways, we should be landing soon, hopefully. I'm gonna try to look up where Tokyo is on a map. Okay, I know where Tokyo is on a map. So, Kamakura... Oh, I recognize some of these. Okay, so we should be turning in soon to this kind of upper part. Oh! Bingo. There's our airport. So we are attempting to land on runway... Was it 34, right? I'll have to check the flight plan again. I'm just gonna, again, flicker the screen. Yep, so we're landing on 34 right. Okay, 34 right is this runway right here. Which is, well, it really is. Alright, so we're gonna do... Alright, we're not close enough yet. In a second here, we're gonna be showing our glide slope, which is crucial to this aircraft. I'm just gonna sit down here for a second. So it slapped me down here. Been standing for 2 hours straight. Let's see if I can slope over this a bit. Is that sunny? Is that sideways? There we go. It's a bit better. You can see my extremely janky microphone boom setup. Since I don't have budget for an actual microphone boom, I just have this phone holder I found on Amazon, and I put my microphone stand in it. So, truly a high production here. Truly. But, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're going to be landing very soon. And we'll be able to say hello to Tokyo. Tokyo, so it's kind of right here. I'm trying to figure out where Tokyo is. Yeah, probably 5 minutes. Yep, probably 5 minutes. Oh, found the airport. There's Tokyo, Haneda. And there's where we are. It also just says the ATIS too. That's handy. Yep, so as you can see there, we're very close to landing at Tokyo. In fact, in a moment here, I may take over the steering from the navigation, and I'll just manually guide us to right way. was accidentally recording some of the shroom. Yeah, I hope you all have enjoyed it. As I said, just kind of very calm little flight. This is my first time trying to do this. So far I haven't embarrassed myself just yet, so I'd call that a bonus. Now that we are getting closer though, have us slow down. We'll let you know, just fully pump the brakes. For 10 seconds now. I completely forgot how high up in the air we were. So this is not ideal. We need to slow down a bit. Get a bit lower. So down to about 1,000 vertical speed. Set to about 2,000. When we do landings, we set the engines to continuous relight. I'm not sure, I don't remember. I think we do set the engines to continuous relight. Now that my legs have kind of had a break, let's get back up here. No, I just need to find like a nice in between. There we go. I didn't get visual on Tokyo London. So in other words, we should have a radio frequency from now. That's still a no. Interesting. Maybe we're still too far away. Or maybe this is a different... No, that's for communications. It's not for... I don't know why it's not showing it. Oh well. Oh well. If I can adjust this. Like a bit of a change of pace with the music. Let's see. Yeah, we're supposed to keep this music, I guess. I don't know how to over again. I have to manually control the tracks, which wouldn't be viable. Anyways, head back into it now. Let's see Tokyo right there. Now you can see our aircraft. You can see that we are speeding towards it. So let's slow down here. Slow down to about the speed. Interesting. Now we've outrun our chrono. Like kind of a long flight. Is that... Oh, we had a speed limit below 8,000. Oh no, we were biting that. Back. Cool. Right now we are almost there to landing. ATT. This approach thing does not really work well at all. I thought this would show us our glide slope, but not really. Yeah, that did something. We both need to have it on override for it to work. Oh. So all I know is that we're cruising off here. I believe we need to start putting some flaps down. This calculator, 204. Going 180, so
Flaps 5.
flaps 5. Let's see our manual rotary dials. That. Go. I'm going to set our engines to continuous relight mode. Con, I believe I set this to EPR. If I remember correctly. I believe EPR. Let's set EPR. Auto throttle used for takeoff and climb out. Oh, that's not what we're doing. Okay, I guess the speed. Let's keep it on speed. Ain't too bad. Anyways, we're gonna start lining up now here. Yep, so I'm gonna take control of our heading. So right now we have, if I remove this, we have our heading dialed here. I see where our heading bug is. I'm gonna set our heading to around 65. Set this to heading mode. So now the aircraft is following. Tell it. Smooth landing, hopefully. We're going to be trying to approach this thing in with its auto land system, which I'm very curious to try, since this plane is from the 80s. That's a pretty impressive system to have for the time. So I'm kind of curious to see how it's going to handle that. Can see our wings there. So right now I'm trying to line up. Oh, here we go. RJTT runway 34 right. There we go. Voila. You can see the where we should be. So I'm gonna drop down to 1200 actually. This so because our main job is to stay below this cone. Yeah. I'll explain in a second here. I don't know what that noise I made was, but... Very strange how the navigation is being handled. Her voices, cockpit sound, things imperial. Unless I may know why the radio's not working. No. Never mind. Anyways, yeah, our main job is to stay under this. Even though I'm doing an awful job at it. Because what we need to do, so in order to auto land, you have the runway here, right? Let's say we're coming in from this point. First, we need to line up with the localizer, which lines us up horizontally. And then we need to catch what's called a glide slope, which is what guides us down. So we need to catch that. So let's say the glide slope like this. We need to catch that so we can then, or I should do like that, so we can then start descending. It's kind of complicated. You don't have to worry about it too much. Yeah. Anyways, so we're turning about heading 338. And then we will localize it. I'm going to start to really slow us down now as well. So let's do about 150-ish. Where's our landing reference from his calculator? It's 10, 64.
Localizer alive.
Oh, localizer alive. Okay.
20.
I'm gonna turn now. They're heading 338. Very nice that they have these crew callouts. Yeah, we're gonna miss it a little bit, but that's okay. We can correct. We're just gonna set this to arm. Set our auto brake to medium. So now we need to obviously line up a bit better. That kind of just sloppy job of it. Should I try it now? Let's try it now. Localizer. This is a bit concerning. Approach radar. It's not seeming to recognize the ILS.
Gear down.
Okay. Well, it's worth a try. We're going to take manual control here. Flaps coming down.
Flaps 30.
A little bit high up here. Give me the throttle back. Not entirely sure what this auto land was doing, so we're just going to take... This reminds me of like an approach rough.
1000.
There we go, we have the autopilot managing our throttle, so we can just focus on landing. Doing full... That's interesting. We are way too high here. Say Chan. Interesting.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
This isn't
Glide slope.
good. This isn't good
Glide
at
slope.
all.
Glide slope.
This doesn't feel
Glide
right.
slope.
We're gonna
Glide slope.
come back
Glide
to...
slope. Glide slope. Glide
We're
slope.
going to go
Glide
around
slope.
here.
Glide slope.
Okay. We're going around because I'm not comfortable with this landing. It doesn't feel right. We're going to go around real quick. Even what's making 50 million noises. I just sort of follow my head. I don't know why it's making such a... Why so many noises, man? I don't know why it's doing that blaring noise. Oh, hey now. Seriously, can that shut it? I may know a way to silence it. No, I don't.
Gear down.
Is it mad about the gear? Mad about that? What is it blaring me for?
Gears down. Green light.
It's for the gear. Goodness me. Okay, fine. I guess we'll just have them hang out there. Yeah, I don't know what that was doing. We're just kind of going around right now. For speed. Yeah, Yeah, zero idea what the aircraft was doing there. It didn't seem to do its ILS thing. Look at the approach chart. Oh my goodness. I wish X-Plane said what the exact ILS frequencies are, because we don't know. I may have the wrong ILS frequency, but here's the thing, I think I have it right, because the 3.7 thing. It's not warning. I have zero idea how late the stream is, but that thing that kept blaring was me not having the gear down, which I put up because that's what you do when you go around, but it did not like that at all. So I just gave up on that idea and just put the gear back down. Anyways, we're having a bit of complications, but we're gonna handle it. Right now, we're just kind of going back around to line up a bit better. Q&A. I have never thought about doing a Q&A. Maybe I should make a post about that. I don't know what I would answer, though. Maybe I should. What's that? Okay, so there is a glide slope thing here. It is interesting. Data, bearer press 1013. Oh, this is saying 1013. I like 1013. Hold on, I may know why our autoline system did not initiate properly. 1013. Whatever you want. Huh. I don't know. I never thought about doing that. Read. It's just procedures. Yeah, it's just procedures. Introduction. Yeah, that's a very quick introduction. So I guess right now I'm just kind of trying to figure out how our navigation works on the aircraft. To start descent. The IS wants its speed on the EPR computer. So we do use the EPR. I didn't think we did, but no, we do. EPR. Is the EPR? Okay, well, let's set it back to speed. That's scary. Oh, now I'm gonna set the power back to go. Let's set it back. I don't know what EPR was doing. So call the landing checklist. Call the wait, so this whole checklist, I'm looking at the manual for the checklist right now. He's talking about like, oh yeah, here's how you store it up, here's how you land, but then it says, look at the landing checklist. Anyway, so this is what you do when you land. Is it lagging? It probably is lagging a little bit. I know, it's kind of finicky. Anyways, we're gonna try to do this again. Take two. Yeah. As I was saying, the checklist just says how to, like, do everything up till landing. That's like if you watch some kind of tutorial on how to make, or you know, how like to repair a whole thing to like make cake or something. And then it was like, alrighty. So after you put it in the oven, you do it for this, and it's like what, you never explained like what temperature or you know, it didn't explain how to do it. So we're just doing no checklist, I guess. Who needs a checklist, right? Let's see here. We are horrifically off our alignment. Makes sense, I suppose. 28. What's this turning radius? That's good to know. This is very messy because I have zero idea how to land this thing. Easy. And it keeps saying that I'm too close to the glide slope, which can't be right, because it's a really low glide slope if so. I'd much rather listen to, let's glide some indicator here. Is there some kind of approach mode we put the aircraft into? Why would there be? I don't know. I'm pretty sure that's the glide slope. Yeah, so we need to descend below the glide slope. Let's beat that glide slope out real quick. Oh, that's the, oh my lord. This is ridiculous. Well, we're missing that again. Oh my goodness. This is insanity. This is a tricky thing with old aircraft, is there's a technique to it.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
That is intentional.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
Oh, we're not.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
You are localizer.
Glide slope.
Let me do, was it ILS land?
Glide slope. Glide slope.
Is that
Glide slope.
doing it?
Glide slope.
Why are engine oil
Glide slope.
presses
Glide
messing up?
slope. Glide slope.
What is happening?
Glide slope. 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 Glide.
Okay, I'm pretty confident we have it in the auto land system now.
Glide slope.
Despite it blaring at us.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Oh yeah, I started doing the glide slope.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope.
Yeah, you have to kind of match the glide slope.
Glide slope. Glide slope.
What is happening? I am so confused. What is happening? Something happened to our outer engines. This is ridiculous. What is flying an airplane? Kind of. You're about to see an absolute banger of a landing. Okay, we're fine. Hey, we're fine. We're fine. Again, I look like a professional until I have to land. What is that noise? you hear it going?
Reverse.
Okay, so let's see here. Our outer engines have died. Oh. We ran out of fuel. Well, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe we should have done 50. Maybe you were right, Wolf. Maybe we should have done 50.
Out of
We-
reverse.
Okay, that was god-awful. As I said, I rarely fly this airplane. I'm kinda scared to look at the replay of it. Because what happened was I have zero idea how to... Oh my goodness! Oh my lord! Yeah, usually that is not what you would do. Yeah, you usually don't, land like that. Usually. I guess when we taxi to the gate, I guess. If we even can, our engines may die from lack of fuel. Oh no, I'll just turn on the reserve tanks. Wait. There we go. Pumping some fuel into the engines again. Goodness me. Okay, maybe I should have done my first stream with an aircraft I'm more familiar with. That would have probably been a good idea. Because we had 2 engines die out on the landing there. Yeah. You know, I should have tested out this auto land system and how to use it before I actually started the stream. That's probably what I should have done. At least. Next time, I'll do a stream in an aircraft I'm actually familiar with. It's gonna get a lot smoother of a landing. Because we've been going on for almost 3 hours now. And I only intended this to be 2 hours. So, really, yeah. Really moving here. Oh, that's gonna pop down. That's good. There you go. Whenever it gets to this point, I like to be a little alignment guy. So I'm like, alright, a little bit more this way. A little right. Yeah, as I said, I did not intend to land like that. That was purely an accident. But, I mean, we're here. We got to Tokyo. I'd call that a success. Wow, those things break hard, actually. Mainly just because it's break.
Parking brake released. Parking brake set. Parking brake released. Parking brake set.
There we go. Parking brake release, parking brake set. Alright. Let's connect some jetways. Get these passengers off. Oh, and of course that's going to flicker the display. There we go. Okay then, yeah, let's get some
Cockpit
power.
to ground. Connect ground power. Cockpit to
Please.
ground. Put the chocks on.
We need ground power desperately. Okay, we have ground power.
Ground power connected.
Okay, there we go. So we're just gonna set this up for a turnaround flight, which means that it would take off right after we were done with it. So we set this nav system into standby. Nothing anti-skid. Holy moly. Well, that was something. Wasn't it? I hope you all have enjoyed this. There we go. Got our jetways connected. I want to open those doors. What's these doors? Bulk. We're just gonna get the ground handling here. Telly's vehicles. There we go. Fuel truck. Drive up. Oh, drive up. Ending. Yep, it's ending now. We're just gonna kind of get everything connected here. Oh yeah, I need to unlock the. Watch these. Lines are this long. Well, I'm glad you watched this. You got to see me be completely professional all the way until landing, where I pretty much slammed it into the ground. I barely survived. That old guy. Sure what you mean by that. There we go. It's also deep forward while we're here. Deep plane. Yep, deep plane. Unload. Get them all off the aircraft. Weather nerd. Yeah. And a plane nerd. Oh, they have a checklist built into here. Huh. Oh, look at this. CPR computers go around. Interesting. Alright, well, now that our plane is at the gate, our probably traumatized passengers are now leaving the aircraft. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it here. Thank you everybody for watching. Next stream, I will definitely have to figure out the weird music stuff, but also fly a plane I know better. We do a quick little thing here. This is all the aircraft I essentially have. So this is the newer 747. So the one that we just flew, this is the modern day version of it. And this is the A340. This is why I did that 11.5-hour flight net. Fly Dallas Fort Worth to Boston. Alright, I will put that. I'll create a little list of stuff. Line Express. Yeah, it's doing that weird flickering like usual. There we go. Yeah, we can do that. Fly Dallas Fort Worth to Boston. That would be an interesting flight. We can even do cargo flights. I have this giant cargo plane, 747 freighter, or we can do a more powerful one, A310. 5-hour stream? Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see our comfortable flight length. I mean, if we want to do it quick. Here's a Concorde. This thing is a monster to fly. Phoenix and Atlanta? That'd be pretty nice too. Yeah, we'll have to see. We have plenty of aircraft to do this with. Plenty old ones, plenty new ones. But yeah. Anyways. Hope you all enjoy this flight. Phoenix to Tokyo. True, we'll have to do a redemption dream where we actually land at Tokyo properly, not the landing I did. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, real this time. I'm gonna end it here. I just want to thank everybody for watching. It's the first time I've experimented with doing flight simulator stuff like this, and yeah, this definitely was fun. Next time I will try to fly an aircraft I know better, and we'll try something. Anyways, I'm gonna end this, but yeah, it's been Mercury Glider. This was my flight. Yep. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching, everybody. And yeah, I will see you all later. Bye-bye. Oh, the camera goes over it. That's not really professional, is it? I'll do that pull thing next time, by the way. I just want to say, okay, goodbye.